Hello everybody, it's Mama Charlotte here. Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video on this YouTube channel. Hi Charoletteers. Hi brand new people. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. It seems like you guys are. Thank you so much for the support and feedback on my last video. It means a lot. Today's video, I'm going to tell you guys the reasons why I don't mind being pre-op and why I wish I was post-op. So I'm going to let you guys know basically my likes and dislikes about being pre-op and what I want as a post-op trans woman. So we're gonna get into that video today. So yeah, let's get into it. Before we get started today, thank you guys so much for 10.5k subscribers, and thank you guys so much for the amazing support on my last video. If you guys do want to support me any more further, I do have the social medias down below. If you guys want to follow me in any of my social medias, Instagram, X, and Facebook, and Snapchat. Follow me on all those so you will know what I'm doing throughout the day and throughout the week, even when you feel like you miss my YouTube videos. So follow me on my socials. If you guys also want to support me, you guys could also purchase my books down below on Amazon. Those are there. And if you guys want to support my transition surgery coming up, you don't have to. I don't want to make this a big deal. If you guys want to support, you guys can. $1, I mean, whatever you guys want to support for my surgery. I made $1,000, even though the surgery is $4,000. I've saved quite a bit of money myself. I just needed a little bit of help if you guys want to. So in today's video, we're going to talk about why I don't mind being pre-op and why I want to be post-op. So it's going to be kind of like a back and forth video. Disclaimer, I am not here to make anyone feel uncomfortable about their bodies, especially for trans people that are pre-op or people that are even post-op. I don't want you guys to feel uncomfortable with this video. So if you guys don't want to talk about this, you guys don't want to hear about this, you can leave the video. Being pre-op comes with its advantages and comes with its disadvantages. So we're going to start off with the things I don't mind about being pre-op and the advantages I feel like I have being pre-op, and just don't mind the dress. I wear this dress a lot. People probably noticed, but I wear this dress a lot. It's my lazy dress. I wear this when I'm at home, usually when I'm going to bed. I like to wear something that I could just literally have nothing below, and it's just really easy to put on. I wear this, my lazy dress. A lot of people love it, but it's my lazy dress. So being pre-op, is it easy? Is it hard? No pun intended. Being pre-op is a challenge, but at the same time, it's an advantage. And one of the reasons why I find it as an advantage is because being bisexual or more into females, it's a little easier for me to kind of enjoy my life. Because a lot of the times, especially because my girlfriend actually doesn't mind me being pre-op. In fact, she likes it better because she doesn't want me to feel uncomfortable not having, a penis to do anything with. And it's very natural at this point. When you're having sex with a female, it's very easy. And I'm not saying being a lesbian and natural women can't really, have, good sex. I'm not saying that because I'm sure there's plenty of good sex out there for natural cis women. But for trans women, being pre-op, if you're into women, it's a little easier because you can just kind of just have sex. You can have intercourse that is what they would consider penis to vagina sex. And so it's very easy for me to have sex with my girlfriend. It's very easy to get off. And I don't have to worry about, performing. Now, this links to another disclaimer. I don't know anything about the post-op surgery, so I can't sit there and say, hey, nobody has actually felt good having sex having a post-op vagina. And I'm not going to sit there and say everyone feels good about it, because sometimes some people have different experiences. Some people have had really hard times with a post-op vagina, and some people have had natural feelings, and that's what they're based off of what they're sharing. No one's going to really tell me how their personal sex life is going on. I'm just letting you guys know based off of what I've heard on social media, and that's pretty much the basics. Whether someone wants to lie about their sexual life or not, that's what I know. So the performance that I have in bed is just really good. It's very natural for me to have sex, and at this point I don't have to worry about dilating with dilators or anything like that, and I don't have to worry about I just feel as though, like for instance, if I'm with a female right now, I just feel like if I were to get a vagina, it would kind of make our sex life a little different. And I'm not saying it would make it worse, but I feel like having a penis It's just more easier. I feel like we're putting ourselves in a disadvantage of me trying to figure out my sexual life again, all over again. Because when you get the surgery, you're kind of having to go through that whole learning process of what your private part is, and you have to deal with learning how to just kind of like and understand what makes you feel good now. So to me, the pros on that is I don't have to worry about all that stuff. I know what feels good. I've known what feels good for a long time. There's such a great amount of pros when it comes to having a pre-op body than a post-op body. And when I say pre-op, post-op, I just mean down there. I don't mean up here or down to the hips area, so the butt. I just mean just strictly down in your private area. So it's pretty much a lot more easier for me. I just know that I will be able to perform, and when I say perform, I mean orgasm. So I will be able to do all that stuff, and I don't have to completely learn all over again. It's pretty much easy. Now, that's about as far as I'm going to go when it comes to how good things are. Now, I'm going to let you know how bad things can be when it comes to being pre-op. So it's really, really hard to have to tuck all the time. It's really, really hard. In fact, I think that's the biggest inconvenience I have being pre-op is having to tuck. I really wish I didn't have to wear gaffs. I really, really wish I didn't have to wear a certain item just to get me to look flat down there. I just wish that it was natural. And that's the one thing that I've always wanted when it comes to getting a post-op surgery, is to get that flatness and get the no more wearing 2 pairs of underwear, no more, having to tape down there to make sure that nothing comes out. And if we could be real honest here, when it comes to tucking, it is not very much, it's very much an art you have to master, and I have not mastered tucking. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have not mastered it. I don't go into extensive push things into sockets or do anything. I just literally push down and pull back. That's literally all I do. I don't do any socket things. I don't do anything that I can assure myself to get the perfect tuck like I've seen on, some people that are pre-op. It's just not that easy to me. So definitely one of the hard things about being pre-op is just having to be able to feel comfortable and even walking out in public with, tights on, hoping that no one clocks you down there because you might not be completely flat. And I've seen it many times on my end. That's why sometimes I just walk around with the purse covering my front area. It is what it is. That would be a tip if you're feeling uncomfortable about your front area. Wear a purse, cover it in the front. Just go like that and hold it like that. It's not going to really get anybody's attention at that point. It's just going to be like, oh, she's just holding her purse. The hardest part about being pre-op is that I just will never completely feel like I'm actually, a natural born woman, or I'm actually, a woman. I will always feel like there's going to be stigma because I'm pre-op. There's always going to be those people that just want me to be pre-op. And there's going to always be, this huge fetish because I am pre-op. And it's going to be a lot of hate because people are going to say, oh, she has this or she has that. I would never be able to actually tell people that's not true because at the end of the day, I still am pre-op. So I can't just walk around society knowing damn well if I pull down my pants, you're going to believe me that I'm a female at that point. I have this whole big, huge little area down here that's screaming out trans woman. So it's definitely not a fun thing to have when it comes to stuff like that, and especially mentality. I know because when it comes to gender dysphoria, that's one of the biggest things that people have is gender dysphoria down there. So I completely understand. That's where it gets really, really difficult and really tough to be able to just be happy when it comes to stuff like that, because how could you be happy if your body isn't exactly what you feel like it should be, So I completely understand, and I get that. I still get dysphoria down there. I make ease with it because of the fact that I have a girlfriend that is accepting of what I have, and I've done adult content to the point where I can accept myself and not be so dysphoric, because I know there are some people that are accepting of me having what I have. Now, unfortunately, like I said, it's been fetishized, and for instance, if you were to go watch, adult content on YouTube, if you were to go watch adult content online, literally 99% of the videos are pre-op trans women. You just cannot find a post-op trans woman, adult video. I just don't see them. I even look for post-op trans men videos, and I cannot find them anywhere. It's always pre-op, and that's the hardest part about all of it, because you can't really understand a lot of people or understand your new body, because you have no one to really coexist with it, because adult content is kind of like where you turn around for these private part areas, because representations, because people are not going to put on YouTube their private parts and what their surgeries have done down there. And there have been a very few YouTubers that actually have documented that. A lot of them don't, and that's completely understood, because they're private areas, and it's understandable, and it's not there just for show. You know what I mean? It's not there for everyone to investigate. So but that's the hardest part. It's a hard representation for post-op. You just kind of have to wing it and know what people go by, what people say, and so there's just a lot of hard things when it comes to this entire whole scenario situation. You have to kind of trust your gut that the surgeon you're going with is going to help take care of you and not going to screw anything over. You're just hoping that you're big enough to be able to have more depth. You got to hope that, you're dilating enough to be able to not have anything happen. You got to make sure that you don't have an infection down there that can be deadly. There's just so much stuff that can happen, but at the same time, is it worth not going over it? Now, I'm going to sit here and say there was a time in my transition where I was 100% for getting SRS, and it was going to happen, and whether I liked it or not, or whether anybody liked it or not, I was going to do it. And now, because I've been in my relationship, it's been kind of different. I've just kind of learned to accept who I am and what I have down there, and it doesn't make me any less than a woman. It doesn't make me like a PUSSY because I didn't do it, or it doesn't make me less of a trans woman because I decided to keep what I had. I have it because it's easier for me. I'm afraid that if I have the surgery, I'm not going to be able to feel sensation, or I won't be able to orgasm. And I'm not saying that that's what happens, because most of the time it doesn't. I'm sure it doesn't. But I hear people say that they've lost sensation. And as an adult content creator at some point, and someone who loves sex, I would just absolutely hate not being able to orgasm, and that's just the way it is. It's one of those hard streets that you either take because you're happy and risk the complications that could happen with the surgery, then do whatever you want, you know what I mean? But there are some people that legitimately are scarred for life because of their surgeries, and sometimes, and I don't know, I truly believe that it has to do with either the surgeon and your body, whether you orgasm or not. And that's the part that really holds me back, because not every surgery is guaranteed. It's the same thing with the BBL. Not everything's gonna be guaranteed. I could end up looking like a really botched butt. Same thing with breast augmentations. I could have had a really botched breast augmentation. Thankfully, I didn't. And then the FFS coming up, my surgery, I can get a botched face for all I know. I hope not. That's what I'm just trying to say. I'm hoping that everything works out. Surgeries are very much a hard subject to work on, but to me, it's part of my essential transition now, because hormones have done everything hormones are going to do. I'm no longer going to sit there and feel like I'm going to see any changes beyond that. And, whatever happens from this point on happens from this point on. SRS is just one of those things that if I can't orgasm, then, not saying that's the end of the world, but it will be a depressing thing to go through. And I'm sure a lot of people that has gone through that, God rest your souls, I'm sorry. I just hope that it's something that they got out of, and maybe it's more of a mental thing than we know. I don't know. I just, it is what it is. Also, you have to take hormones for the rest of your life, because your body is not going to create hormones, because you basically decimated your private areas. And so there's just a lot of pros, a lot of cons. Now, I know it sounds like in this video that I'm just bashing on getting SRS, and the only reason why I want SRS is because I want to be flat down there. There's a lot more to that than that. More stuff that I would really be going into, but because trust me, if I could pull down my pants and just get naked and at a freaking locker room and be able to be comfortable, God knows I want that. God knows that I want to be able to get naked and just feel comfortable. Because right now, if I were to get naked at any sort of like locker room with any women in there, natural born women, I'm gonna get, people are gonna scream. Nobody's gonna scream because I've walked into many locker rooms for gyms and stuff like that, and it was completely fine. No one freaked out at me because thankfully I'm not like I don't stick out like a sore thumb. But I always had to get, dressed before I went there, or I had to take showers and get dressed in the shower rather than be able to, get dressed in the middle of, the locker room. Because when I walked into the, when I go into the locker rooms, it's, and it's crazy because I got to see life from both perspectives, right? So I got to see men's locker rooms. I got to see women's locker rooms. I think that's the one craziest part about being trans. You get to experience life on both specters. So I got to, witness, being in a men's locker room where they all get naked, or, now I go into females' locker rooms and they're getting naked, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just like, this is crazy. It's so weird to just be in a totally different area. And that's how I was when I first started transitioning. When I first started going to to gyms and stuff like that, and I saw how the locker rooms were in there, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm not used to any of this stuff. And it was like almost like you're just walking to somewhere you're not supposed to. And I know people are gonna say, well, you're not supposed to be in there. Well, I'm just saying, it just felt very foreign, of course, and I got used to it, obviously. And like I said, I don't go in any locker rooms expecting any weird stuff to happen. I don't go in there looking around and being like, I go in there, look forward into what I'm going to do, get what I get done, and leave. That's what I do. And that's the biggest deal of being transgender, is that people think that we just go in there and do some freaky shit, and it's not what it is. We just get stuff done, do what we need to do, and leave. It's just as simple as that. There's no other reason for a locker room or a bathroom to be used other than to use the restroom or to get dressed or get cleaned up for whatever event you're at or whatever you're doing. So that's just the reality at the end of the day. But that's going to be probably part one because I have so much more to say about this. But I don't want to make the video too long. So if you guys did enjoy the video, if you guys understood what I had to say, please comment down. Please let me know what's going on in your guys' life and how you guys feel about the subject. Anyways, I do hope you guys have a great day. If you guys like the video, give it a like. If you guys have not subscribed and come Charoletteers today, please subscribe. Please, please, please. I would love to have you guys part of the Charoletteers. Also, please follow me on all my socials, like I said. If you want to watch me play video games, twitch.tv/Charolette with a 0. I have 2 books out in stores and Amazon, so go check those out as well if you want to. And if you want to support me with my surgery, my GoFundMe is down in the description as well. Anyways, guys, I love you guys lots. I take care, tots, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye, guys. By the way, can we get 100 likes? Because y'all destroyed the likes last time.